What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Q from the Light at the End of the Tunnel channel. And today we're going to be getting active. Today we're going to be having a bit of a conversation, a bit of a discussion, a bit of a hot topic. I really don't discuss this much because it's a bit of a touchy subject, and I just don't discuss it much. But today we're going to be getting in there. So today we're going to be talking about sobriety, man, and recovery and how it has affected my life for the good. Growing up as a kid, I never really could understand what my problem was. You understand what I'm saying? When I was in school, in high school, honestly, earlier than that, 8th grade, 7th grade, when experimenting with the weeds and exotic strands of weed and, stuff like that. When I was doing that type of activity, I really couldn't understand why I was experiencing a lot of the detrimental consequences that my friends were not experiencing. Does that make sense? So all of us go to school, all of us skip school, and all of us skip school to smoke weed, right? All of us skip school to go drink. But not all of us gets in trouble. Only maybe me and one other person ends up getting in trouble out of 10 of us. And I never really understood why. Man, I got bad luck. Man, I should have just stayed over. Man, that would have never happened to me if I would have just stayed over there and I never really could understand why this was happening to me. Now, mind you, in my younger days, earlier coming up, high school, middle school, things like that, I never knew anything about sobriety. There was no recovery, or it probably was. I just never knew about it. And so when all of these bad events is happening to me, I'm just, I'm just wondering, why is this happening to me? Why is this? What is the reason for this? What is the reason for this? As I get older, the consequences start to get a little bit more realer. They start to get a little bit more just bad, really bad, horrible, horrific, horrendous consequences. And the same deal. A lot of my friends, nothing's happening to them. They're going on with their lives. Just graduated college, just bought the house. Yeah, you remember his wife? She's expecting the firstborn, and all of these things is, life is going on. And my life it seems like it's either stagnant or it's moving backwards. And I'm not understanding why. So it all started with, like I said, some innocent skipping school, getting into some weed. And then that progressed into other activities and experimenting with other drugs. And for most people, or for a lot of people, the drug phase growing up is supposed to be, or it was for most people, just a phase. It was supposed to be something you outgrow. You outgrew that. You no longer do this because you outgrew that. But for me, that's not how it was. For me, it was what was once a phase literally turned into a lifestyle, a very unhealthy lifestyle, I might add. And as time progressed, this drug addiction got worse. And I had to suffer the consequences of what came with the drug addiction. And what I can say is that, they say hindsight is 20/20. And what I can say is right now for me today, sobriety is the best thing that has literally ever happened to my entire life. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, from going to family functions and weddings and baby showers and funerals and what have you, whatever the instance, whatever the circumstance, situation is, I had to be inebriated at all times. I was not okay with self. I was just not fine with being fine. I was not okay with that. I had to be under the influence of something at all times, at any cost, whether that, at any cost, whether that costs some things to go to the pawn shop, whether that costs some blood to go to the blood bank, whether that costs me losing some plasma, I gotta go get whatever had to be done, it had to be done because I had to get what I needed to get. And if anybody is out there listening, please know you're not alone. And if I could do it, then you can do it too. It's a whole group, a whole circle of us, man. And we all have overcame the addiction problem. The number one tool that I use in my day-to-day life, because the addiction is it's not like it's sort of like the gym. You can't go to the gym once a month and expect to get gains. Does that make sense? It's not gonna work. You gotta put the work in. You gotta actually put the work in to get something to come out from the work you've been putting in. That's the only way it's gonna work. And with addiction and recovery, it's no difference. You gotta put the work in. You have to. And for me right now today, from going from the untrustworthy, unloyal son, the conniving big brother, the bad influence, the this, the that, you name it, from going from that to being the big brother that your siblings can count on, to being the son that your parents can count on. You understand what I'm saying? That's big. You was once, nothing, worthless to a lot of people. And to go from that to being, when it's a problem in your family members' lives, you're the first person they call. And that's big. And my secret, it's a secret. See, a lot of us that know and have been dealing with this type of problem for a while, we know the secret. And the secret is you got to have God in your life, man. That's the secret. That's the secret. You only need one thing in your life, and that's God. And that goes back to my wheel alignment video that I did a few days ago. You gotta be in alignment. If you are not in alignment, it won't work. See, sometimes you can be out of alignment, right? You can be left to center, right to center, whatever. But as long as you're got a constant connection with God, then you can still make it to the next day. Does that make sense? You can make it through the night, but you got to get, you can make it to the next day. You'll handle the problems of tomorrow once you get to tomorrow. That reminds me, I remember a buddy uh, he had asked me, this just so happened to be like I want to say it was like on a Friday. And he was like, man, Q, what you doing tomorrow? On a Saturday, man. It was the very next day. He's like, Q, what you going to be doing tomorrow? I was like, man, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Today is Friday. I'm handling Friday things on Friday. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow because we haven't got to tomorrow. Does that make sense? I'm handling what I need to handle on Friday. You understand? And for a lot of us, for me, I just had to realize and I had to accept. Acceptance is key. I had to accept that I wasn't the guy that could just go out after work and have a few beers. I'm the guy that goes out after work and has a few beers, and the few beers turns into, a couple of pints at the liquor store. Oh, the liquor store's closed? Cool. Let's go to the bootleg. Oh, they don't, I'm the guy that always takes it too far. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to drinking and using and whatever it is, I'm the guy that takes it way too far. The next morning, everyone's waking up and they're like, man, my head is hurting, man. I got to get to work. I'm the guy that's waking up the next morning and I'm like, bro, my head is thumping, man. Man, I'm that guy. I'm the guy that if you say you got 2 of them, you only got 2 left, well, why don't you have 3? You should have had 3. Call the guy you get it from, have him call him, and we need to get some more of this. We need to get that because we need to get off of that. We need to feel, because I'm doing all of this because I don't want to feel the way I don't want to feel normal. I don't like to feel myself. I don't want to feel anything. I want to feel numb. But the reality is, once the feeling is gone, because what goes up must come down. So once the feeling is gone, guess what? I'm right back to reality. The car payment is due. The mortgage is due. The dog needs this. You got to return the mail. You got to do your online banking. Who's doing the grocery shopping? You got to clean up. Who's going to cut the grass? All of the stuff that you were running from, as soon as you get done, it's right there waiting on you, sitting like this. We've been waiting on you to get done with doing whatever it is you do. These problems is sitting here waiting on you just like this. And so when you think about it, it's just really not worth it. It really isn't. On top of the fact, I will never forget this story. I was working at a really, really decent paying job. And it just so happened that there was random drug tests being done. Stay with me. I was working at a decent paying job, and there was random drug tests being done. And I was selected for one of the random drug tests to be performed on. And I could not pass the random drug tests. I could not. So I was forced to resign from the job of a decent paying job. I was forced to resign because I could not pass the pop quiz. You understand what I'm saying? Now let's take it a step deeper, right? Let's take it a step deeper. We getting in there today, man. We gotta get in there today. Let's take it a step deeper. Let's just play the what if game. What if I had a wife with 2 or 3 children, a stay-at-home mom, taking care of the children? I'm the breadwinner. I'm at work. I got selected for the random drug test. I can't pass. I'm forced to resign. You mean to tell me I have to go back home to my wife who does not work because she's at home with 2 or 3 children and explain to her and the children that I lost the job because I couldn't pass the drug test? How much sense does that make? It makes literally no sense. None. I can't see the sense that it makes. It literally makes no sense. It does not. But this is the situation that I was in, and guess what? This is the situation that a lot of our brothers and sisters are in right now. You know, people, they ducking and dodging, trying to, well, maybe they don't. I don't want to live like that. It's too stressful. It's entirely too stressful for me. I didn't like that feel. I didn't like that anxiety. That's it's a real nail biter. You're biting your nails off. I didn't like that, and right now today, I don't have to live like that. I don't have to live like that, In fact, right now today, I don't live like that. I live great, really great. This is what recovery has done for me. Recovery has gave me a brand new, full, exciting life. I get mad when I got to go to sleep. I get mad when I got to go to sleep because I don't want to stop being able to feel. I want to be able to just live. When I got to go to sleep, I got to shut down for a while and close my eyes and rest. You understand what I'm saying? Before, it was never like that. Before, sleep was a form of escapism. Man, I can escape for a little while. Yes, I can't wait to go to sleep. It's no longer like that no more. Now, I want to be able to just, continue to live this abundant lifestyle that's only been given to me through God, your higher power, whatever you believe in. You understand what I'm saying? But this only happens, in other words, this is not anything human. No human power is doing this. This is coming from a power that's greater. This is coming from the same person that put the stars up there. That ain't man-made. A man didn't get up there and put the moon up there. He didn't get up there and put the stars up there, did he? Somebody. How do we know every year when it's time to jump the clocks up and when it's time to push the clocks back? That's not man-made. You understand what I'm saying? So clearly just through physics and nature that it's something greater than human power that's out there. And a little bit of piece of that lives in us. You understand what I'm saying? And it's up to us to tap into it. We got to be able to tap into it. You understand what I'm saying? And I just kind of wanted to share that, man. A lot of guys have been asking me, and a lot of guys kind of, as a matter of fact, I was just at work not too long ago, and a guy was like, yeah, man, he kind of did this to me. Like, yeah, let's go. And I said, man, I've been sober for years, man. I don't feel the need to go and drink. And when I told him that, he was like, man, your life must suck. And I was like, no, actually, man, I live a great life. My life is wonderful. It's fulfilled. It's of abundance. I mean, I live a great life. And another, it's pros and cons. For me, it just was too many benefits. It was too many benefits. It was lopsided. It wasn't even close. It was lopsided. You understand what I'm saying? And for me to just be able to get your family back, to be a person that you're now a trustworthy person. You understand what I'm saying? A person that people can depend on, a person that people can look up to, a person that people can call. And when they're in trouble, you're not the one in trouble anymore. Needing to call them and, man, you ain't gonna believe what happened. It's not you. It's other people calling you because you're the backbone now. That's priceless. You can't put a price on that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about who coming over to the house and checking the rear view and maybe who was that? Yo, let me call you back. And I don't have to worry about none of that because it's none of that going on. I live a really great, transparent lifestyle, and you can too. You understand what I'm saying? And I just want to basically share my living testimony, man, that this goes for anybody. If you out there suffering, because I was suffering, man. I mean, I was suffering. Guys would see me, Q, you losing weight, man. What's going on with you, man? You doing all right? You need to go through the drive-through real quick, man, and get you some food or something. I was looking bad. You understand what I'm saying? I was just looking really unhealthy. And if people could actually feel what I was feeling inside of me when I was going through that, it's just a horrible feeling, man. It really is. And for me, like I said before, it always started off as the innocent Swisher Sweets. I'm trying to roll up. It's cool to roll up, right? It's cool to roll up the weed until the weed turns into an addiction. Now you can't stop the weed roll up. You can't stop the addiction. Now you're neglecting your children whose birthday is coming up. You're neglecting the bills. You keep going and getting extensions on the bills because you got to go get the 3.5. Now you're, ducking and dodging at work, not trying to get the random drug test because if you lose all of that ain't even worth it. That's too much work. That is entirely too much work. I don't want to have to go through all that. You understand what I'm saying? And so for me, the benefits of staying sober and living life as transparent and being as well-centered and in alignment as I possibly can was the best thing that ever happened to me. Having my family be able to call me, well, call your brother. He always can. I don't know how he does it, but he always can. For me, that's priceless. When your mama say something like that, that's priceless. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just how I choose to live my life today, man. Family is a big part of it, but I got a lot of friends too. They look at me and they man, Q, how do you, man, how are you doing this? And they don't understand. I try to give them the secret, but the secret is God. The secret is this higher power, man. This is not of me. This is not me doing this. It's really not. This is all, it's all God. And for anybody out there listening, I just want to let you know that if I can do it, and I've been doing it, but I've been tapped into my higher self as well. You understand what I'm saying? And for everybody that's listening, man, I want you to know that if I can do it, then you can do it as well, man. You really can, but you gotta, the same way how you went hard in your addiction, you gotta go hard for the sobriety. You got to go hard for the sobriety. I used to have a schedule, man, a routine schedule. I would be exhausted by the time I got home. I would get up, go to the gym, go to work, get off, go to the crib, hit the books, meal prep. By the time I get done with the meal preps and catch a little piece of a movie, I'm exhausted, literally. In other words, what I'm saying is I kept minimal idle time. There was no idle time, none. I was always busy doing something. I was never just sitting around playing 2K. I was never just sitting around biting my nails and twiddling my thumbs I was never doing that. I'm always busy in a project. I'm working on something. I'm constructing. I'm taking notes. I got the books over here. I'm trying to, let me see. Okay, let me call you back. I got somebody on the other line. Let me hurry up and I'm always doing something. Little room for error. You put those keys into principle, along with your higher power, and you're going to become a brand new person. I promise you. You're going to literally become a brand new person. This is Q from the Light at the End of the Tunnel channel, man. And always remember, it's light at the end of the tunnel.